Hey guys, Heavy Arms 45 here. Now recently I started a whole thing of talking about the history of me playing role-playing games. And I figured I would continue with this going on with me talking about my very first character. Now, back in Dungeons & Dragons 3.0, I played a Dwarven Wizard. And my friend Josiah set up the character. It was one of my first characters that I played, and I didn't know what to do. But it was an interesting campaign, and in my mind, a very short one. It only had one fight in it, and after that, we didn't play this game anymore. What happened was that my friend Bryant from the first story had went into there, and we, as me being a Dwarven Wizard, first of all, Josiah said that my character was not able to have, even though I said that he was a wizard, he was not, if this was second edition, he wouldn't have been able to cast, he would not have been able to be a wizard because dwarves could not use magic, and actually dwarves were immune to magic because that was the elves thing. But because of what happened in 3.0, anyone can be a wizard, Harry. And so my character went into battle with our group, and the DM wanted to be somewhat realistic in how things happen. And I'm gonna treat y'all like y'all have never played Pathfinder before. In Pathfinder, if you roll a 1, it's a critical miss. If you roll a d20, it's a critical hit. Josiah had a list of things that will happen if you are playing, if you were playing and you had a critical miss. And he had a list of what could happen if you made a critical hit. So, Josiah, in the middle of doing this, had made a character up. Had a character fighting one of our teammates, and the DM wanted to be realistic with. So when the character, one of my teammates was fighting and he rolled a critical miss, but since he rolled a critical miss, he threw his greatsword, and when he threw his greatsword stabbed one of the just so happened to stab one of the monsters that we were fighting in the chest. My character, since it's my first time, is pretty much useless. I'm fumbling through all the spells to figure out which one I'm going to do. But really, it didn't matter which spell I used because my team is basically tearing through everybody like it's nothing. I had another friend named Ella that Ella was bringing in cookies for us, like Chips Ahoy cookies and like stuff like that. And we were having just a good time. Well, that was my first character. The reason that campaign didn't last too long, like it literally lasted, like I said, that one session, was because of Brian. Brian, instead of being a regular base character, decided to be an incubus. And if you don't know what an incubus is, I'm sure you've heard in several different iterations of stuff, a succubus. A succubus is a demon that seduces. She is all about sex and touching you and all this stuff. And his character was a incubus, a male succubus, who's basically, if you sleep with them, you get negative levels. Well, since his character was super horny, he decided that he was gonna spend a week he would spend a week inside of a brothel just pleasuring women all day for 7 days. He did this, and after he did this, we were rich because the next thing that we were gonna go do was fight a giant. Well, before he left, he went and got him a new whip, got him a ring of 9 lives, and went off, fought the giant on his own. And after that, the whole party was set. We all got our own personal items, and from that point on, that party was over with. Like after that, they're like, "Oh, we done with this," and we went to playing Star Wars. Star Wars is another story, but I played that character one more time after that situation where I ran into another group. Not several, but probably I'll say about 4 years later, I tried him again, and the characters. I'm not gonna tell y'all the character's name. That character is. I kind of feel bad about that character. He came into this new campaign, and my dwarves cannot jump at all. Like every character that I play is a dwarf, whether it's a dwarven cleric, a dwarven fighter, a dwarven wizard, I play dwarves. Because of my height, I feel more comfortable being a dwarf than I do being a human or an elf. I feel like dwarves and Pathfinder are more to what I think I am. I think I'm physically strong, but not real. I can't really run that fast or anything like that. So I pick dwarves. So, with that being said, every time I make a dwarf, they have a problem with jumping, and it just so happened that the same character, a dwarven wizard, tried to jump over a pit of acid and failed. And between first and fifth level, you really don't have a lot of hit points. So he basically sunk into the acid and basically got ate up. And that was the end of that character. And it's not fun when you hear DM say that your character's dead. Make a new character. And like I said, I had that character in the back of my head for over 4 years. Like after that first game, I hadn't played with him since. But doing this, I went ahead and created a new character, and that's where you get Javo. Javo is my main character that I like now. I've had him since. I haven't played with him really in over 8 years, but all his stuff is still up to date, and he started off. I want to say before the 8-year drought of playing him, I was playing him for about 3 years, and within that 3 years, I had him go from level 5 to level 19, which I'm very proud of. If my DM is listening, because I still consider my DM, I really enjoyed my time in Tal Shandor, and maybe I'll talk about what I did while I was in Tal Shandor, but that's for another time. Well, yeah, that's it. I'll catch y'all later.